Forecast. I'm Joseph, the host of the UFC Forecast. Got the co-host Loaf. And we're back for the full card final predictions and bets post-weigh-in face-off show for Marvin, Vettori, Jared Cannonier, UFC Vegas 75 going down at the Apex in Las Vegas, where the Las Vegas Golden Knights just won the Stanley Cup. So shout out to them. We got their blanket. I got the hat on. And everybody made weight today, but 2 fight cancellations from yesterday. Miles Johns, he's out with an injury against Raoni Barcelos. And Felipe Buns, he pulled out. He's a bum against Zhalgas Zhumagulov, who was locked in for me. So now I'm down to 2 locks, unfortunately. So don't forget to smash that like button, suplex the subscribe button if you're new. We're going to give away $500 once we hit 500 subscribers. We really appreciate that support. First up, we're going to start it off with the prelims, Loaf. My underdog of the week, Zach Pauga against Modestas Bacchus.
Also, the only one we disagree on this whole entire
fight.
So
now we only disagree on one fight, and this is it. You're going Bacchus
I'm
now.
going to go Bacchus, man. I feel like he did look good his last fight. His hands are good. Pauga, man, if he can get knocked out to Muhammad, I feel like he can get knocked out if he gets clipped good.
I don't think Bacchus has the power that Usman did, though.
No, you never know. But it's either going to be Pauga, grind decision with all the wrestling, or it's going to be a KO for Bukauskas.
I can see Pauga getting that done by a decision with the control time and wrestling. Like I said on the early prediction show, he's my dog of the week. He's probably my most confident underdog this week. I think your underdog's pretty high confidence too for us, but Zach Pauga, I definitely think he's getting this one done by a decision. He has really good striking defense as well, and I just think he's going to avoid the strikes of Bacchus and get him down, control him against the fence, control him on the ground, and get it done on the judges' scorecards here.
Next up, we got one of my underdogs. We got Ronnie Lawrence versus Dan Argueta. I'm going Dan Argueta, man. Dan looks good. He was able to make that weight. He had an hour to make weight, and he made it no problem. I think he's going to put on back to weight, be way bigger, way stronger in there than Lawrence. He's a great striker. Pretty well won his debut against Damon Jackson and then won the last fight clearly by a crazy mismatch decision. So I got to go Argueta, man. His hands are good. I think he'll even get a couple takedowns of his own. So Argueta for a decision for me.
And I got to agree with you here, Loaf. $250 for Dan. That's a pretty good price. He was $225, but now he's even more of an underdog. I'm not really sure why, because Ronnie, he was taken down 10 times last time. And this is a fight where Dan can get a lot of volume with the takedowns, control time.
And way better striking, too.
And he has way better striking, too. It's probably going to be more powerful. He's looking ripped right now.
Yeah.
I think he's going to get it done by a decision. I don't think the finish is going to be live here, but he's going to grind this one out by a decision.
Ronnie Lawrence is a tough bastard, but he can get outstruck at times. And
he can get taken down, too. He has terrible takedown defense.
And if Dan Argueta finds a rhythm, I feel like it'll just be too much for Lawrence.
Yeah, he's relentless as fuck. He's getting this done.
This one is one that I don't know if you betted on this at all, but I didn't bet on this one at all. But Tereza Bleda versus Gabriella Fernandes. I got to go Tereza Bleda just for the pick anyway. I mean, she looks a lot better. Everyone also thinks it's going to be her, one of the biggest favorites on the card, so I got to go Bleda to get it done.
Yeah, I think Bleda's going to get this one done. She's young, she's hungry, she's ready to go here, and she could be live for that finish. I think the submission could be live. Fernandez got taken down a lot against Jasmine and controlled. I think Bleda's going to do the exact same thing here. Likely win it by a decision, but the submission's definitely live. Even though she got finished last fight to Natalia Silva, she still attempted 2 submissions, and she had 4 minutes control in that fight. And Natalia Silva's no joke. She's 100% finish rate, so I think Bleda's got this easy.
Yeah, for sure.
Next, we're in the flyweight division.
And next up, we got Dennis Bondar, one of
my locks,
lock of the week.
And a lot of people are doubting this Dennis Bondar, especially if that injury his last fight. But I feel like it's a good time off. This guy's a finisher, man. All of his wins come by finish. Hernandez has been subbed in his career. I also think Bondar is good enough to take him on the feet as well. But look for that submission at $5. That's definitely
all the locks. Bondar's the one that people didn't really like on Twitter and Instagram. But that's all right, man. This Ukrainian, he's a real deal. 100% finish rate. He has a lot of first-round finishes. And I know Caesar in the Discord's going Carlos Hernandez for dog of the week. But I'm telling you right now, Bondar, he's going to get that finish. He's live in the first round as well. He's accurate. He's solid as fuck. And he averages 10 takedowns as well. 100% accuracy, so he's definitely going to get the takedowns in this fight, get the control time. This is definitely a lock play.
Next up, we got my other lock, Cristian Quinonez versus, I think it's Kang. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. His name's pretty hard. But anyway, I got to go Cristian Quinonez, man. This kid looked sharp his last fight. Got it done early. Round 1 for me last time. So I got to go him again, man. Kang. Hasn't been finished in 10 years, so it could very well be a decision. Cristian Quinonez is no stranger to a decision win. So I'm just going to go Cristian Quinonez money line 161 to play.
Yeah, he's a great play money line. He could get that KO, but
He's coming.
Kyung, he's real tough, man. A lot of decision losses. Hasn't been finished in a long time, but Quinonez, he's relentless. Mexico's on the rise, like we said. He's going to average more strikes a minute. He's going to be better on the ground, too. He has 100% takedown accuracy and 100% takedown defense. This is a Quinonez win all day long. And next up, we got Jimmy Flick and Alessandro Costa. And Costa's smirking here. He always has a smile on his face. He went 3 rounds with Amir Abazi. And I think that's pretty impressive, man. Jimmy Flick just got knocked out to Charles Johnson in the first round last time. Charles Johnson's no finisher. Jimmy Flick has a lot of knockout losses. His chin is questionable as fuck. And I think Costa's going to get this done by KO. Probably second, third round. Wear on him in the first. Avoid the submissions of Jimmy Flick. And then just put it on him.
Yeah, I agree. I don't got much to add to that. Even though Costa doesn't have... He does have, I think it's 3 or 4 knockouts.
Yeah, he has 3 knockouts.
Doesn't seem like too many, but his last 2 were knockouts.
He has 3 knockouts and 6 submissions. He's a black belt too. But
yeah, but his last couple wins have been knockouts, and I mean, I feel like a guy like Flick, man, who has a really questionable chin, will get touched by him at some point, so I'm going to go Costa for the KO, TKO as well. I have him in round 2 on 1 bet as well. Next up, we got Muslim Salikhov versus Nicolas Dalby. And I gotta go Salikhov, man. Dalby's good. He grinds out the decision, but he's fought lower level guys. Muslim Salikhov fights really high level people. Salikhov's a great karate style fighter, really good striking, really good kicks. So I gotta go Salikhov, man, for a decision or either a late finish.
Yeah, I agree with you on this one. The king of kung fu, Muslim Salikhov, he's gonna get this one done. Fighting the better competition, like you said. He's gonna be way better on the feet. He's live for the KO. He has a lot of spinning attacks. But I think he's going to win this one by a decision. He's going to get the control time for sure. He had 3 minutes control last fight. And Dalby's just going to be in for a tough night against a tough Russian here.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely either unanimous or a finish.
Yeah.
Takes on
And next up, we got my second lock of the week now. The other Mexican, Manuel Torres. So you could definitely double bet the 2 Mexicans, Quinonez and Torres. Because I think both of them are getting the win very easily here. Torres has 6 knockouts and 6 submissions. And they're all in the first round. So he's been training with Khabib and the boys. Brandon Moreno. Great lock pick, man. He's not losing. I think he's getting the finish 100%.
Yeah.
To double your money on the finish, and you can double your money on the 2 Mexicans.
Yeah, this is an easy take by finish all day. 220. Yeah. It doesn't really get much better, man. Torres has got 12 finishes. Motta's a little bit chinny at times.
Yeah, Motta's been finished every time.
Got KO'd by Jim Miller, so I feel like this kid will have a lot more power than Jim Miller. Look for that KO instead of that sub. I feel like he will touch him on the feet for sure. So
yeah,
I gotta go for Torres by KO.
Yeah, 3 knockout losses for Nicolas Motta. His other loss was a submission loss. He's definitely getting finished here. And like I said, all first round finishes for my lock, Manuel Torres.
Yeah, round 1's a play too.
Lucas Almeida takes on Pat Sabatini.
And this is my other dog. We got Lucas Almeida versus Pat Sabatini. And Lucas Almeida coming out here looking a hell of a lot bigger than Pat Sabatini.
Yeah, the size difference. I didn't realize the size difference was this big.
The reach and the height, man.
Yeah.
Lucas Almeida's just looking down on him, bro.
I can't believe Almeida's an underdog, to be honest with you.
Almeida's got good hands, man. Rock solid hands. Got a lot of first round finishes. Pat Sabatini gets finished in the first round. 2 knockout flosses in the first round.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Almeida could definitely find this one really quick, man, especially with that height and that reach.
Yeah, probably won't take much, honestly.
No, so I think Almeida shouldn't... I don't know why he's priced the way he is, man. This is a lock for me, honestly. This should be a lock. I like Almeida all day long.
Yeah, Sabatini averages 3 takedowns. He gets a lot of control time, but he's been stopped 2 times in the very first round. He has a tough time with the high-volume strikers, and this is a very tough fight for him against Lucas Almeida, who's going to come in here and likely get another finish after finishing Michael Trezano in the 3rd round.
And this is a guy, man. This is a guy on DraftKings put up 105 points his last fight. He averages a lot of strikes, man.
Yeah.
So look for it, man. That KO is live for him, big time.
Yeah, and 9 first-round finishes, too.
Yeah. And this is one of my other locks. We got Christian Leroy Duncan versus Arman Petrosian. I got Leroy Duncan all day, man. This guy's got 6 knockouts out of 8. Arman Petrosian's been knocked out before by a guy who's 8-5. Not a good look for sure, especially against a guy like Duncan, man. Duncan's going to come out hard here. Big fella. I got to go Duncan, man. Probably round 2, round 3 KO.
Yeah, I agree, man. Arman, though, he has pro kickboxing experience. You mentioned the decision could be...
Yeah, it could be live, yeah.
Could be live, but I really think Christian Leroy Duncan's going to get him on the feet here. 2nd, 3rd round, like you said. Arman, he had a knockout loss. Does not look great. And Cristian Duncan's going to be hungry for a win after that last one.
You just tell the power difference, man. Look at the size of his arms compared to Petrola's.
Yeah, he's ripped, and he was a former Cage Warriors champion as well. So he has good experience. He has an 8-inch reach advantage in this fight. He's super accurate and powerful on the feet, and I think he gets it done.
For sure, I'd say.
And next up, we got the biggest underdog on the card, Silva versus Tsarukyan. And Arman Tsarukyan's an easy play here, Loaf. Round 1 all day, coming in with the sunglasses on. I know Silva, he's looking like a dog, trying to talk to him, looking pretty decent shape, but, you know, don't know why he took the fight. He's getting finished here very early. I don't know what you think about it, but I think Tsarukyan has this one in the bag.
Yeah, I think he should. In all honesty, everywhere you look at it, Arman should have this in round 1. But, I mean, like you have said before, he has gone to decision with a couple low-level guys.
Yeah, he has.
It could be. It's either way. No matter what, Arman's winning this fight. It's absolutely going to happen. But I don't know, maybe a finish in the later rounds or the early. It's going to be a finish, though. I think it's definitely going to be a finish. I just don't know if it's going to be round 2 or what. But I'm leaning towards round 1 for sure.
Yeah, he's going to be non-stop pressure this whole entire fight, but I'm really feeling and forecasting that first round finish for Arman Tsarukyan. He's on the rise, and he wants to make a big statement here against a low-level opponent.
Yeah. Relying on this pick here quite a bit, I'd say.
Yeah, I put some money. I told you I was going to put 100. I put more than 100 on Marvin Vettori for a decision win here. So join that Patreon. It's only $5 a month, exclusive and early access to all of my bets. But
and all of my
Marvin
bets,
Vettori's the play
all
here.
of my bets have Marvin Vettori by decision or
by
just
decision.
money line. But I took him in hard. I was thinking Cannonier first, but Marvin looks way better all around. He fights a lot of high level people, does it better. Jared Cannonier, man, he's getting older now, 10 years older. He is struggling a bit. The gas tank will factor here big time. Marvin Vettori's going to grind him out to a decision win.
Yeah, a lot of grapplers versus strikers on this card, and I think the grapplers are going to get the control time, like I've been saying, and get the takedowns. Yeah. Takedowns, control time, pressure, more volume.
Ground pound for Vettori, too. He'll get some strikes.
He's going to have the more damaging shots. He's going to get this one done. He has a chin of steel. He has 6 decision losses, so I definitely don't see him getting knocked out in this one. I don't see him getting the finish either. He has 8 decision wins, only 2 knockouts. So Marvin's not out there knocking guys out or anything like that. He's just a decision dominator. And if you want to make some money, put it on him by a decision. Don't play it money line. Like, honestly, there's no other way he wins this. It's Marvin Vettori decision.
And you can tell that it's a pretty, it's going to be a pretty good card considering that me and Joseph agree on every single fight compared to usual.
Except for the very first
one,
fight of the
which
night,
I switched on though. We did
and
agree.
Vettori is my second lock of the week too, so he's my double lock. Marvin Vettori. So that brings us to the locks of the week, Loaf. Give them your triple locks.
My triple lock is going to be Bondar, Cristian Quinonez, and Chris Duncan, man. Those 3, I like them. I think they're going to do good.
And the Mexicans, they're going to do very good. They're on the rise.
Duncan
double
looking
locks.
really good shape. I think Duncan's get that done early. And then my 2 dogs are going to be Dan Argueta and Lucas Almeida. Dan's going to grind that out to the decision and look for the quick finish for Almeida.
And my 2 locks, first one, Manuel Torres. Mexico's on the rise. And then my second one, Marvin Vettori, in the main event. He's going to get that done by a decision. Underdog, I had a tough time picking this one. But I'm going Zach Pauga to start the card off. Loaf disagrees now. He originally did agree with me.
I did agree originally. I think it still could definitely happen. I just think that if he gets chinned first early, man, I don't know.
And I think Pauga gets it done by a decision. There's really no other way.
Yeah.
So that brings us to the props of the week. My lock prop, obviously, it's Marvin Vettori by a decision. And my underdog prop, it's Zach Pauga by a decision. But here are my value props. We got Arman Tsarukyan in round 1. It's 162. It's been dropping, though. So you got to hop on that right away. It's probably 220 right now.
This is probably the biggest lock prop of the week.
And then my biggest, most guaranteed lock prop of the week is Manuel Torres by finish. Yeah. 220. I posted that on Instagram, so make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. We have content out there pretty well daily. Now, Loaf, what are your props of the week?
My lock prop's going to be Cristian Duncan for KO TKO at plus 210. Definitely look for that one. My value prop is going to be Dennis Bondar by finish at plus 300.
Woo!
Probably by submission, too.
Yeah.
And my underdog prop is going to be Lucas Almeida KO for plus 260, and that one's definitely live. Probably best one of all 3, I'd say. Especially if that reaching that height.
Hopefully we have another successful, profitable week at the forecast. Last week I won 100 units on the Platinum Parlay. I only put 10 units down, walked away with 100 units. So we're ready to do it again. But this week there's no shoey bet. So sorry for that, but Please smash that like button, suplex the subscribe button if you're new, because we're going to give away $500 once we hit those 500 subs. We really appreciate that support. And if you want to join Patreon, you can get exclusive and early access to all of our bets. Become a Platinum Forecaster, come make some money, and we'll see you next week.